same thing. What do you need to see out of this team here this weekend?
Yeah, I thought Trey had some pretty good answers with it. 40 minutes, and it just seems like it's been something we've been talking about. But 40 minutes of complete basketball. These two teams we played at home got off to a great start against South Dakota State, but even that halftime score, I just felt like we didn't put ourselves in a position that we could have in that first half. There was opportunity there. And then that second half, as that game went on, and you go back and you watch it, and we had, I think, 4 or 5 just catastrophic turnovers that led to points. And at the end of the day, you get beat on in the last second of a game. And then the same with USD. We've got to be for 40 minutes more complete. We're right now. It's kind of ironic because we're one of the lowest turnover teams in the conference. So I think there's things we've corrected. I think offensively, we've made strides in almost every area, from scoring in the post to our spot up shooting to a lot of the different things from an analytics thing you keep track of. The defensive side of the floor has been a struggle for us as of late. I thought we were making strides, but as of late, we've had a hard time with certain matchups. Guys have had big games, and so we've got to, we're going to be playing a pretty good team here on Thursday at South Dakota State that have some players that can have those kind of games. So we got to do a better job of slowing those kind of players down. And then the same with USD. They got different guys that can go off for them. So just a more complete defensive effort. But I just feel like, man, in our league right now, where you stand, Aura Roberts has kind of shown they're a little bit of the class above. But I also feel like everybody we played, we've been right there. But we've also got to get past that and take a step of getting over that hump.
Would you agree with Trayson's kind of self-assessment of being a little bit of a roller coaster here?
Yeah, we put a lot on Trayson, put a lot on BJ. When you're doing that with freshmen, you're going to have some ups and downs, ebbs and flows. And man, I think of that Kansas City game. In the last few minutes of that game, he made some big time plays for us to help us close that game. And I think you see, as the future goes for him, he's got a lot of that. He's got a lot of that finishing opportunities, I think, of knowing how to finish games and make those plays. BJ's been making a lot of really right plays, getting teammates involved, making the right pass. We're asking him to defend a lot, and that's just a lot to put on a freshman. You don't see a lot of freshmen over the last few years. You look at Max Asmus or Grant Nelson or some of these freshmen over the last few years that have really developed. When they were freshmen, they weren't quite in that kind of role. And so it's like I said to him, it's a great strength, it's a great weakness. It's learning how to handle the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, and understanding the opportunity you're getting and how it can really help develop you in a little bit quicker curve in a lot of ways. But you got to handle it in the right way, and they're both doing a really good job with that.
I saw the pregame gear there against North Dakota State. Supporting the Danielson family. What have you seen out of Brady and the way he's handled that and played through?
Yeah, amazing. He's having an amazing year. And there isn't anything more difficult that you can be going through. He's one of 4 boys. Awesome family, and they just they mean a lot to our program, to us, and then just Brady's a guy that kind of leaves his heart out on the floor, so his teammates know that. So he's just a guy that's all about the team, and he gets that from Denny, right? That's kind of how Denny's raised those boys, him and Judy, and so it's hard, and we got more than one guy. I mean, we got a few guys that are going through stuff like this, but Brady's man, he's been a soldier, and in a time where there's a lot of other stuff going on for him. He's done all he can to help our team. So it's just shows you his makeup and what he's about.
He seems to
Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife, right? I mean, we played him at point this year. You know, the thing that I think that's been so even than the previous years is I just think like he's really taken ownership in, you know, whatever you need me to do, Coach, I'm going to do it. If it's coming off the bench, if it's playing a 1, if it's playing a 3, 4, whatever it is, whoever you want me to guard. I mean, there's no second thoughts. There's no holding back. It's just whatever you need. And like that servant heart, that leadership, that example is really valuable. Like and it's not going to serve him just well now. It's going to serve him well through life. Like he's just one of those guys that he'll do well.